All right, we're recording.
Ladies and gentlemen, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Third Row Policy. I'm your host, Gavin, and with me, as always, we have Megan. Hello, Megan. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing well. Happy New Year's to those who are watching. I know it's been a while. We have stopped recording since before Thanksgiving. A lot has transpired in the last month and some change, but we are back to finish our 90s series on our favorite songs, albums, TV shows, and movies throughout the years of the 90s. And of course, talk a little bit about wrestling because a lot has happened since we have last recorded in the world of wrestling as well. But I'm
Changed quite
doing
a
good.
bit.
How are you?
Well, I have to apologize to everybody
Yeah.
because I got sick. So it did with this super flu that was going around for the month. So I couldn't talk or anything. I lost my voice. I lost everything. So that's why we haven't recorded since Thanksgiving, really. I'll tell you, it was not
Yeah.
fun. So it wasn't.
That's kind of like what happened over here. It started with one sister, and then my other sister got it, and then it just was a domino effect from my mother down to me, down to Michael. And for those 4 or 5 days, everyone in the house was sick. So um, yeah, it was bad. But uh, yeah, apparently there's been a lot of um emergency room during that time anyway. So it definitely traveled a lot here
Yeah.
in New York, but we're better now, and we're here to finish um, sharing our favorite things from the 90s. So, uh, see, that's how I think I started the last time, I believe. I am going to let Gavin choose what topic he would like to start and share his favorites from that selection.
Okay, so I'm going to go with movies to start off with. And I
Okay.
think you have one choice of mine out of these. So I'm going to go for it first. I'm going to go for the crafty one, The Craft, the Neve Campbell movie.
Okay. I didn't choose that, but that was a good
Oh,
movie.
yeah, it
That
was
was a good
very good.
movie.
So my other two choices has to be Beavis and Butthead Do America.
Okay.
2 hours of 2 hours of laughing. You have to pick that, so either. And then the last one is the weird one, but it's a classic, From Dusk Till Dawn, with Quentin Tarantino and all. It's the bank robbery turns into a vampire movie halfway through it, and you're like, wait a minute, what? What happened there? But it's a real
Right.
good show. So
Okay.
this,
Okay. Well, luckily enough, I didn't choose either one of those movies. So, but I don't know if I ever really got into From Dusk Till Dawn, but for the other two choices, The Craft, definitely watched that movie. I think that kind of got me into looking into those type of things growing up. In fact, it had a lot of girls that I was going to school with thinking that, you know, if we called certain names, we could get what we want and things like that. It was very a childish way of thinking, but at the same time, yeah, I think it definitely influenced my spiritual beliefs to this day. Also, of course, Beavis and Butthead Do America. You can't go wrong with that. That was also um, a classic in my house. Um, and of course, Bruce Willis and Demi Moore voiced the characters in there at during the time that they was married. So of course, that's another movie um, that features Bruce Willis that kind of makes me a little sad because of his current condition to this day. But those are some good choices. But
Mm.
uh, of course, my choice is very popular within Black households because it was directed by the Wayans, and whatever the Wayans usually um, direct or they're part of is usually become a Black hole classic, and that's Don't Be a Menace in South
Oh,
Central.
it's a
Um,
classic.
you've seen the movie a lot when you know the lines in the movie, and that was um, like I said, a really popular movie in my house. My mom, she rolls her eyes every time she see me watches it, but it's like I'm never gonna. If it's on TV, I'm gonna watch it. I'm never gonna
Mm.
not watch it when it's on. Um, so that's my first choice. My second choice is a children's movie. It's a movie that I watched a lot as a kid. Um, it's a movie that Sinbad do not deny doing, and that is Jingle All the Way, which around that time, as people would know, Shazam was created, but in an alternate universe, he never did it. So, Shazam doesn't exist, but Kazam with Shaq does exist. So, either take it or leave it. But as for those that's of my age group, uh, we've definitely seen that movie. So, you can't pull a fast one on us, but definitely Jingle All the Way with Turbo Man, and of course, another movie with an actor whose life ended far too soon, and that's Phil Hartman, um, which, you know, cult classic in my house as well. So those are our choices of movies from 1996, which, as you can see, it's a different flavor between the five movies, but all good movies throughout the year.
Hmm.
Um, so next, I guess we could go to albums. I only chose one album for 1996. I think anybody who listens to rap, they've heard this album. They have a favorite off of this album. Um, as far as I can remember, it's triple platinum. And it was written by Nas, which features the song "If I Ruled the World" with Lauryn Hill. Um, we have a lot of uh iconic rappers from New York. Nas being one of them. And, before there was a Kendrick, there was a Nas who really knew how to um, articulate the things that he was, going through and the things that he witnessed and he saw um, growing up in New York, living in New York. And that's one of my favorite albums from him. And yeah, usually I would have two albums, but this year I couldn't really find one that I thought could match up with that. So that is
Oh,
my one album for 1996.
well, I have two albums for 96, and that the first album is a classic MTV Unplugged album, and that's Alice in Chains.
Okay.
I think we've done all three albums now throughout the 90s with them. So we'll
Mhm.
have. And then it's like a best of, so it is, so it's always a good thing. Second choice album is my album. of '96 because I used to play this every Saturday morning when you worked in the record shop. It sold out, so it did. It's Matchbox 20s yourself or someone like you. So if
Okay.
you've seen the Barbie movie, you'll know the song Ken sings called Push, and that's from that album. So it is.
Okay. I haven't seen the Barbie movie though.
Oh, I saw it when I was sick. I
Yeah.
wish I didn't now.
Yeah. I mean, well, between that and Oppenheimer,
Mm,
which I started it, I didn't get a chance to finish it. Um, but those two movies was like competing with each other in the movie theaters at the same time. So, um, yeah, I'll get around to seeing it. I just haven't saw it yet. But okay, okay, Matchbox 20 and excuse me,
Alice in Chains.
and Alice in Chains, which you can't go wrong with. Can't go wrong with Alice in Chains at all. At all.
No,
Okay, so we have TV shows and songs
movies.
from 1996. Which one are we going with first?
Um, go with TV then.
Okay.
So for my choice, first choice in TV is the continuation of the X Files. The like sequel to it is called Millennium.
All right.
So it is. It's this guy who basically can see into the killer's mind throughout it, and it's a really good show. So it is. It only lasted for about I think 3 seasons, but I've started rewatching it, and I just love it. So do I. I'm not going to
Okay.
give anything away because if you give anything away, but then you're going to spoil for everybody else. Second choice is going to be Early Edition. Now, this is a really weird TV show, so it is. So basically, a guy gets the newspaper 24 hours in advance from God, and he has to go around solving everything like the first page story to solve it, and then he can move on with his day.
Mhm.
So he does. It's very weird. And then I've decided to put a very weird TV show now. If you haven't watched it, it's on Tubi right now for free. It's called Lex. Now, I think this is where the 90s are starting to get a wee bit dodgy with CGI and all, so it is. But if you watch it, you'll just go, what am I watching? It's so mental. So it
Yeah.
is. But I used to watch this during night shifts in security. So it is on a Friday night. And every time I used to watch it, I was like, why am I watching this? It's so weird, but so good as well.
Hmm.
So that's my TV choices. Let's go with yours.
Okay. Well, I just have one. Um. Well, I could add the second one because I used to watch that too. Um. The first one, of course, is Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Um. Show I used to. It took a while for me to get into, though, um, because I did know Melissa Joan Hart as Clarissa, which is what kind of made me want to watch the show because I knew her from that show. Um, and just overall, watching her grow up to being who she is now. Um, but yeah, that was, I mean, a lot of those type of shows and movies like The Craft and Sabrina and Charmed started coming out around that time, which 96 would have made me 9. So a little influential. It was an influential time. So, you watch those things and you thought, huh, stuff like that. So that was definitely one show that I used to watch that featured a teenager. And the second one, of course, is Moesha with Brandy
Oh
Norwood,
yeah.
which of course, again, this is a teenage girl in high school. She's going through teenage like things. I'm not quite there in age yet, but I'm approaching that age. So, I watch these shows and I wonder, is this what high school is like? Is this what, having those type of friends is like? Is this what having, a boyfriend is like? These shows kind of came at a time in my life where, I'm still young, but I'm learning as I get older that this might be something that I will be facing when I get to their age. Of course, these are high school kids, so they're like 15, 16. Um, but definitely those two shows were shows that I grew up watching as a child. And yeah, so those are my two choices, TV shows.
Right. Let's go to songs then. I'll let you go first. I want to see if
Um,
I've got what you have.
the first song is Ironic by Alanis Morissette. Um, of
Hold
course,
on. Hold on. I've done the years. I think that's in my later years in this thing. So it is. Well, it was, yeah, it's released next year, 97.
yeah,
So it is.
hold on.
So you have to pick another song.
Wait. Let me see. My phone going off.
I did my homework.
Hold on. But according to Billboard magazine, top 100 songs of 1996, Alanis Morissette came in number 13.
I've got that as 97. So it must have been 97 over here when it got released then.
Yes,
So,
because it was actually released on my birthday, February 7th, 1996,
mm.
when I turned 9. So I guess you're gonna have to choose another song because
Oh
I
no,
got to it first.
I've got three songs that you haven't picked yet, so I'm all right.
No, but you said that it was a song that you have for next year. So,
All right, okay then. I'll pick another song, don't worry.
but yes, definitely ironic where just a music video of the different herself in
Personalities.
different forms. Yeah. And also just if you like read the lyrics, it's such a great example of the songwriters back then and the talent that they had. So, definitely my song for 96 and also Tony Braxton's Unbreak My Heart. That
Oh,
seems to played every hour of the hour on MTV. That song was everywhere. It was a beautiful song. I remember so many people trying to hit that last note in the song. Typically you couldn't because like a Diana Ross or like a Whitney Houston, um, like a Donna Summers. It's just a lot of these singers, even Michael Jackson, a lot of these singers had very unique voices that just could not be duplicated. So a lot of people, whether it was women or men, because Tony had a heavy voice as a female singer, um, they just could not duplicate that last finishing notes of the song. So those are my two songs for 96, Tony Braxton and Alanis Morissette.
what was the Tony Braxton song?
Unbreak My Heart.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Right. So I got three choices.
Okay.
One American artist and no, two American artists and one British artist. So first British artist I'm going to go for is Baby Bird. You're gorgeous. Now this takes me back to a time where if you ever hear a song, you can think of like where you were at that time when you first heard it.
Mhm.
All I can remember is eating Chinese ribs in my mum's house when she got like a Chinese like on a Friday night. That's all I can remember. But that song
Mhm.
is good. Second song is Nobody Knows by the Tony Rich Project.
Okay.
So it is. I just remember that. I bought that single when I was working in the shop and all. I loved it at the time. And then the third choice is Goes into the Future, but it was released in '96. So if you've ever played a Saints Row game, Saints Row the Third, it's whenever the two guys are in the car, they start singing this song. It's Sublime and What I've Got. So it is. It's like a punky song. So it would be
Okay.
very
Okay. Cool.
interesting.
Cool. 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 So, yeah, those are our choices with songs, albums, movies, and TV shows of 1996. Of course, as we get closer to the millennium, the new century, I'm sure between 96 and 99, we will definitely cross songs again. Fortunately, I still want a Gavin songs for the next year, so he has to find another song. Um, but I'm sure he'll find a good replacement for Alanis Morissette. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go on to your wrestling soapbox. I have got serious discussions to have with you about this. So would I.
Okay. Um, well, a lot has happened uh since we have last spoke. Of course, John Cena has officially retired from wrestling. Um, I was a little irritated by the way his final match ended, but after listening to his explanation, I feel like you should have a choice in how you would like to wrap up your career.
Career.
And that's the
Yeah.
choice that he chose to make. So I'm not mad about it. Just kind of wish it had went down a little differently. Um Blake Monroe lost her title through Thea Hale, who has since lost her title to Izzy Dane. We have a new undisputed champion as of 2 days ago. Drew McIntyre has defeated
Oh yeah.
Cody Rhodes for the undisputed world heavyweight champion. He is going to drive us nuts now that he is champion again. I'm looking forward to it. I am looking forward
I
to it.
but he deserves it. So he does. Because the last two times he won, he basically was doing it in an empty crowd stadium, so he was because
Yeah,
of COVID.
well, look, Drew's a dummy. Drew has had plenty of opportunities to win the title, and he has let his emotions get the best of him. He had won the title for all of 5 minutes where Damien had came and cashed in on him. He also had won the Money in the Bank champion, the Money in the Bank briefcase just to cash in and to lose his cash in as well. He has gone up against uh, Seth, I think. While Seth has the title, he has gone up against.
Punk.
Not while Punk had the title though.
Mm. What about the Usos?
Jay. Yes, he has had plenty of title opportunities, but as I said, he let the his emotions get the best of him. But this time, he, I wouldn't say, well, he had some luck on his hand, and I don't think it was intentional. I don't think it was intentional. I don't think Jacob Fatu had any intentions on helping Drew win the title. It was just a matter of luck. So, congratulations to you, Drew. You finally got the title again after almost 3 years. Um, we also have a new TBS champion. Willow Nightingale has defeated Mercedes Monet for the title that she lost over 500 days ago. And Mercedes is doing her best rendition of what I call Joan Crawford crash test dummy type of thing. She is just absolutely crashing out. I love it. It's showing her it's showing her reach as a performer. Like Mercedes is a performer, a really good one. So she is not taking losing that title, even though she has like 100 other more titles. Still, she is not taking losing the TBS championship very well. Um, so yes, we do have new tag team type champions, the Usos. They have the tag team championships on Raw. The Wyatt Six still are the tag team champions on SmackDown. Chelsea Green lost her title to Julia. I think I want to say 2 weeks ago. We have I know JC Jane still has the title. She almost lost it, but she still retained. Um, there was a lot of titles. The biggest one, the AEW Heavyweight Championship, where
You know,
MJF defeated Swerve,
that's not the
Hangman.
biggest one.
What was the
I
biggest
think I think the
belt?
biggest one was Blake Monroe losing.
Um,
That was the botch if ever I saw one. Like, so it was.
yeah, but I feel like the biggest upset I feel because that was Samoa Joe's first title defense. He had just
Mm,
won the title. He didn't even. That was his first title defense, and he lost it
but
in
I think
a
they're I think
fatal
they're going
four
to go
way.
for the triple. I think the OPP are going to go for the triples championship again.
Uh,
If
they
you have
could.
if you have Hook, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Samoa Joe in one team, they're going to win everything. That is a team I would not like to face. Like,
I mean, they already have belts
mm,
anyway. I thought they already had the triple belts.
I think I don't
Samoa
know. I
Joe,
will.
yeah, Samoa Joe was a double champion. They still have the triple belts. Him, Hobbs and Hook. Hook came in for Shibata. I think
Mm,
Shibata is dealing with an injury, so Hook came in to replace him. So yeah, they still the champions. They still the triple tag team champions. Just Samoa Joe lost his heavyweight title. Um, there's a lot of more titles that have switched hands. It's just blanking right now, but of course, the most recent was Cody losing his title on a random SmackDown, which
uh, but it
irritates
was in
me.
Scotland, so it was where it's
No,
Drew's
they was in
hometown,
Germany,
was it?
Berlin.
Oh, I'm so lost in wrestling, so
Yeah,
don't ask me
yeah.
anything.
No, yeah, they did reach Scotland as a live event,
Mm,
but that SmackDown was in Berlin.
ugh.
But we did get some call ups. Trick Williams is now on SmackDown. Javon Evans is now on Raw. Jordan Grace is now on SmackDown. Obafemi, he defended his title against Leon Slater successfully, and then he relinquished his title, which I
Hmm.
think was ah, it was so well done, so well orchestrated, so far better than Raw the night before, which, uh, of course, I'm happy that CM Punk retained because for a moment it kind of looked like they was going to give the title to Braun Breaker. But yes, for Oba to retain his title and then ultimately relinquish it the same in the same breath, I think that was so well done. That was very well done. Um, there was rumors that Blake was going to be called up, but now they are backtracking on that. So I guess she will be on NXT for a little while longer. Um, I can't necessarily remember if I don't think Lash has been on SmackDown that long, so I think Lash had been called up since the last time we recorded as well. Um, Mick Foley has um, cut ties with WWE due to our shitty
Trump.
president, and rightfully so. Uh, rightfully so. Jesse Ventura has also um, called out, well, not directly, but he has used his platform to call out what is going on here in the States right now with the ICE agents running loose in the
Hmm.
country. And rightfully so. You have that power, use it. Use it for the better good. So kudos to both Mick Foley and Jesse Ventura for not letting their ties with WWE stop them from speaking the the quiet thoughts out loud, saying the right stuff, which is let's condemn what's going on. Let's not pretend like it's not happening. Let's not act as though people are not being hurt and losing their lives due to it. Stop putting your money above humanity. So kudos to both of them for that. Um, yeah. Um, I have to be honest though. I have actually started enjoying AEW a little more
Hmm.
than WWE right now. I feel like there's always a topsy turvy between both companies. Where I could sit and watch one and really enjoy them, or sit and watch the other and really enjoy them. And right now, there's just a little a seesaw effect between both companies. And right now, I'm really enjoying AEW and the product that they are pushing out. But um, everybody has their off season. Can't be perfect every time.
Of course.
Um, so looking forward to seeing the Royal Rumble coming up. Who will be there, who won't be there. Um, Still hoping that Bianca can recover by then. I'm not necessarily sure if she can. Um, just due to updated pictures that she have shown of her finger, it just doesn't seem like it will be wise for her to participate in the Royal Rumble um, until she is fully healed. Also, Rhea and Io, they are the women's tag team champions. I don't know why that slipped my mind. I just thought about Bianca and then Rhea popped up. Oh, I know why. Because they were the last two that she fought before they took her out. That's why. That's why. That is why. But yes, they are the tag team champions. Jade is the champion on SmackDown. Maxine did defeat Becky just to lose to Becky again. So now Becky is the women's intercontinental champion, on Raw. Stephanie Valkyr, she is hanging on to her belt for dear life. Um, they are trying their best to take her out. Liv Morgan returned. She had her first match. Um, and as for Nikki Bella, I don't know, but I'm excited for her. She's dating a 20-something-year-old. I think that's pretty cool. Um, I think that's exciting. She's in her cougar era. Good for you, girl. Um, and hopefully she'll get a title, in her last run. I would like to see it. I would like to see Nikki with a title. I would. So, yeah.
And can we go on to the best theme song right now in WWE?
Which is,
Kit Wilson.
I see everybody saying that, and it's like, I have to listen to it. I have to listen to it again. They said no AI was included or involved in the making of that song. I have to listen to it again. So,
Well, that's your
next,
homework for next week then.
yes, definitely, definitely. I still have not completed a Stranger Thing. So, by the grace of a higher being, I have not had the finale spoiled for me yet, but some people weren't too happy about that, so I don't know what that means. They're just not happy about it. Um, but I will suggest, um, if you have not seen the most recent comedy special of Dave Chappelle, watch it. And not only is it hilarious, but it's also very historically correct and informative. Um, and I think people could walk away from learning a little bit about our history, but also laugh as well. Because not only is Dave a comedian, but he's also what I consider a historian. So he's very well read, very well educated, and but he's also a funny asshole. And so you gotta tune into that as well. Um, but yeah, yeah. I'm trying to think of what else. Um, I know TNA and WWE, their partnership might run into 2028. Um,
AJ Styles is going over
AJ
in
Styles will
TNA.
be on the premiere of TNA on AMC next Thursday at 9. Um,
Well, then, if we're talking about TNA, I have to shout out Myla Grace. Keep an eye on her from here. So she is from
okay.
Belfast. I think she's with Katie Hudson at the moment.
Oh yeah, she got beat up.
Mm-hmm.
She got beat up by Dana, Da- Dana Luna.
Think so. But
Yes,
like,
yes, yes.
I reckon that'll be good. Right. So, well, we'll wrap it up now.
Oh yes. Yeah. Kudos to Andrade, who is now officially in AEW. Had a little back and forth thing, WWE, AEW, WWE, AEW, WWE. Now officially AEW. Um,
Play
there was a
AW.
little, yeah, there was a little back and forth, but I guess he is now officially a part of AEW, officially on paper. Which good for him. Good for him.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, I think that it will be all because there's a lot. There was a lot to catch up on, but um,
Well, then I'll bring up a topic next week for the supposed tag team that broke up, got back together, and then one of them's now heading up to the main roster.
I mean, we can talk about them. Um, I just feel like they need to do something more with that story.
I think it's the wrong
Um,
person getting sent up. So
who's supposed to be getting sent up?
the girls, Soul Ruka,
But Soul
that
was
tag team.
Soul been there for some years,
But I think
and
Saria should be getting called up. I think she's the powerhouse. Put
I
her
don't
with
want.
either put her
I
with
don't.
Jordan Grace or Rhea Ripley, and then that's going to be a really bad powerhouse going through
I don't
WWE.
want her to get called up and then get lost in the sauce like Lyra and
Mm,
like Julia. Um, because as I had explained to someone before, um, Sean is very calculated when it comes down to his storylines, and he has a way of showing people's personalities on NXT. And once they come to the main roster, I don't feel like Triple H has that skill set. So if you do not have a very strong personality, you will get lost
mm,
in translation on the show. This is why someone of the likes of a Trick Williams is going to surpass a lot of people on the main roster because he has that personality. Same with Javon. Oba Oba has a personality, but he's also very hard to not
manage.
see. I mean, he's a big guy, and they are prone to be, the life, not the life of the party, but like they are, you build brands around them.
Mm,
And I just don't feel like they have really, and this is where I have to kind of put this on Sean. I don't feel like they have really shown what Zarya is capable of as of yet. They have made her. They started out really well, and then they tagged her up with Soka, and she's just been a tag team partner ever since. And you see, they tried that really briefly with Mariah. Well, I call her Mariah May, but with Blake Monroe and Jordan, but they quickly broke that up really quick, and she set off as a singles person on her own. And I kind of wish that they would do that with Zarya first. So before either one of them goes to the main roster, even though Ruka has already claimed she's going after the NXT championship. So I'm not sure exactly how either one of them is going to move up just yet, but
mm,
at least first break them up by putting them two in a feud against each other. Allow Zarya to stand on her own 10 without being the tag team partner of Ruka, and then people can decide whether they like her as a face or a heel before you ship her to the main roster. This is the difference between Stephanie and Julia. Stephanie comes out, people cheer. Julia comes out, it's crickets. It is, and she was like one of the biggest names coming out of stardom. And that is because they did not book her right.
mm.
And now she comes out, and now she has Kiana James, who kind of speaks for her, and she's just being pushed into the background. So, um, yeah, they got to do better with the booking. And where's Jada Parker?
Nobody knows.
She's still missing. So hopefully they will find her soon. But
No, but she's
yep.
not on the live over here, over in Berlin. I think she
But
was,
she's not
but
on TV.
she has been on TV the last couple of weeks, but it's been very short segments for her. I don't think they know how to book her.
But they have been. I mean, the fans, they miss Parker. Like they love her. I guess it's like I don't know.
If you're coming
I
from
don't.
one brand, keep to that because people will know you from that brand. Like, so if you're coming from like being a heel, stay a heel. If you're coming to be a good guy, be a good guy. You
Yeah.
can't just mix and match because it won't suit you.
Right.
If your whole career is being bad, stay bad. Don't suddenly come on like from TNA to WWE and be good. They'll be like, no, but we support you from being that way. So why are you changing? Like,
I mean, because it fits for some people. Like the Young Bucks was heels this whole time. Once they turned face, the people loved them. It's like even Hurt Syndicate. Like I feel like even with them, they're like the Street Profits. Like even if they're supposed to be bad guys, people still root for them.
mm,
You know, like
you're always
that
going to have
was,
your fan favorites. Like,
but that
you
was
will.
like the one issue with the Street Profits. Plenty of times they have tried to turn them heel, and people and the crowd would still cheer them on and stuff. So it was like very um anti-productive. Like no matter what they did, the fans just loved them as faces, so they had to continuously change them to faces. But come next week, hopefully we could talk more about what's wrong with the Wyatt Six.
Oh,
I think
don't
that's
you dare say anything wrong about the Wet Sticks. How dare you?
I feel like
If
somewhere
you
they
thinking
lost the
the
plot.
from, yeah.
They lost the plot, you know.
I think there's no story for them. So there isn't.
No.
Yeah, they're going up against like the other guys, but there's no story.
No. So we'll go more into that next week. But
Yeah,
I think this um that is our time for this week. We've been away for so long, we had a lot to catch up on. So we kind of went over, but next week we will be back to schedule and talking about more about what's currently happening um in wrestling, you know.
mm.
And oh yeah, also rest in peace to Larry, um, the son of CM Punk and AJ Lee. Their baby passed away over the holidays, so also that as well. Yeah. All
So
right,
I'll do the
guys.
wrap up. Let me do the wrap up. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you've liked what you've heard and like what you've watched, check us out on YouTube and Spotify, and we will be back next week with the year 1997. So, with all that being said, it's a good night from me, and it's a good night from Megan.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.